Welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing. Oh, let's pull all this up, shall we? Hey, thank you for that like. Morning, Don Jay. We have finally done it. We have updated our website. It's only taken forever, but we finally did it. It was mostly tedious. It wasn't exactly like it was difficult. It was just tedious, plugging and playing, figuring out what works, and finding the time to do it. Okay, there we are. We've got you. We've got you. Excellent. And refresh it. And update it. All right. 937 on the subs, man. We're almost there. All right, and let's pin that. Excellent. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Stiffler Manufacturing, where we turn bars of steel into gun slides, like what you see before you. Yeah, some of the colors weren't. I think we still need to add the honeycomb, but we finally fixed the category. The site's a little easier to navigate now. Adding some more parts and accessories coming soon. People will be able to buy those RMR plates just by themselves if they want. And we'll have to update it again once the 26 and 43 are complete. Wheelum, good morning. How are you? These red dots are from Siley Optics. I want to say the Wolf X Pro is 230, but the EDG, I want to say it's like 270. Could be off on that price. Let's see. Let's see how much the Wolf EDG is. Oh, yep, I was about right. It's 279. So 280. Siley Optics sent us those to test out, and I've tested out the Wolf X Pro, which has been pretty sweet. Here we are, one of our turbo slides with the Wolf X Pro on it. I've put about 300 rounds through it. I've done some drop testing, chest height, just dropped it onto concrete, gravel. Works just fine. We probably just won't add it until we're actually ready. Though maybe we should add it coming soon. Let people know what we're working on. Yeah, we have ported barrels. We have standard, ported, and threaded. All of them are 416R stainless steel coated in black nitride from ELD Performance. We also have some copper PVD standard barrels, and we're working on getting a few more, like some rainbow barrels and maybe some stainless steel barrels. Oh, how about a ported G19 barrel or slide with that Cerakote camo? Yeah, that one was ported. Yep, we have two ported options right now, the Turbo, like this one here, and the Viper. And we can do them all in camo. Live life, what's going on? From Alabama. And for those of you new, Stiffler Manufacturing is in Arizona. I show off the complete. I can show off the complete. I just have to pause the video slightly so that YouTube doesn't have a fit. There we go. And we're doing that one on a tan PSA frame. Of course, we test our slides on a variety of frames: Glock OEM, Polymer 80, SCT, PSA, and our customers have checked them out on Grit Grips and Geisler as well. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Oh, right on. Yeah, man. Check out our website anytime. We just updated it. So we finally added some better categories, and it's going to improve as we go. Oh, yeah, I know. The tan frame works well with that. The only thing think it might make it a little better is if we had like an FDE frame. Or maybe like a Coyote tan. Of course, the upside to Cerakote, even for those of you that want to do Cerakote at home, all you need is an oven. Go on Craigslist and find some cheapo oven that nobody wants anymore. Put it in your workshop space or outside. And all you need is a small air compressor, and you can buy a lot of the tools through Cerakote. It won't be good for like production like what we're doing, but it'll be good for personal use. You can do your own slides, your own frames, whatever you want to feel like Cerakoting. As long as the oven can go, hold temperature. So make sure it can hold temperature and you're good. And, make sure you get a good mask. Don't breathe that Cerakote in. Yeah, an oven should do H series and F series just fine. FX series. I'm not so sure it can do Elite series. You want to be able to hold 500 plus on Elite series, if I remember right. I mean, an oven can hold 500, but if it's an old crappy oven, maybe not. But yep, you can definitely start. It's not, you don't need a big old factory or a machine shop or workshop to do it. You can do a lot of the custom work yourself at home. And it's not insanely expensive to get started. And, you're going to mess up. That's part of it. Messing up happens. But that's part of the fun of it, you know, building your own firearm, customizing it however you like. You can get stencils too, kind of like what we have here with the tiger camo stencil and the lightning. You just got to make sure that they're good heat quality stencils so you can do your Cerakote work. We got ours through Tactical Penguin. They're pretty sweet. They got a lot of options. That does happen, Donja. It does happen. I'm not going to pretend we're good at stippling. It requires a lot of practice. FE Ordnance, good morning. Getting a late start to my day. I probably should have been up a few hours ago, but Updated our website. Talking about some slides. Let's move this build. There we go. Man, if the taxpayers didn't want their money wasted, they'd do a better job of paying attention. Haha, that's a fun way to look at it, isn't it? I mean, I'd feel bad about wasting all this taxpayer money, but I mean, clearly the taxpayers don't care, or they would have voted differently, or done things differently, or paid attention. There we go. Another morning of me being healthy with my green tea, which reminds me, all of you should be drinking some water, staying hydrated. How are you going to move and groove, react to contact, engage the enemy, be a sexual tyrannosaurus like yours truly, if you're not hydrated? Drink some water. Oh yeah, the Wolf X Pro's nice. I'm liking it so far. I still need to really take it out to the desert, but 300 rounds, drop tested it a bunch of times. It's going pretty well. And some of you might not have seen our newest, but the Tiger Stripe camo. And if you want it in other colors, we can make it in other colors too. We did another one with crocodile green and graphite black. We can do it in any color. You want it in blue, red, pink, whatever. I don't know if I really have a favorite. Most of my experience with firearms over my career has been iron sights. But I have been getting into Hollow Sun, Gideon Optics, Siley, Trijicon. There we go. So far I'm liking this Siley out. That's pretty nice. Zanti, what's going on, man? I still need to open this one up. Trijicon. I actually haven't shot the 45 yet. Though the 45 is more like a 19, and the 17 is more like the 47. Kind of like the 43 to the 48. Or 43X to the 48, rather. Yeah. Though our 19s do fit on a 45. I've seen that happen. One of our collaborators took one of our 19 slides, and they fit it, and this is a Gen 3, and they fit it on the 45 frame, which is a Gen 5. Glock really is Legos. Just change out a few parts, and boom. Yeah, it cycles. He did a good range video with it. There's a good video by RTT Guns and Gears where he takes a Gen 3 19 and puts it on the 19X, and he explains the process where essentially all you're changing out is the backplate. And with the Gen 5, or with the Gen 4, you might need an adapter just to make your recoil spring assembly look good. And then with the Gen 5, I think you might need to change out the slide stop release because it's ambidextrous. But yeah, it runs, it works. Plenty of videos out there on it. Do I have canyons? Yes, I do. We have the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Well, if you meant cannons, no, I don't have a cannon, but they are legal. You can get them. I do not. Per ITAR regulations with the Department of State, I can't ship gun parts or accessories outside of the United States without getting licensing. I can ship to all 50 states and most of the territories. So, you know, Puerto Rico, Guam, U.S. Virgin Islands, Northern Mariana Islands. We don't ship to American Samoa, unfortunately, because American Samoa is of the opinion that the Constitution does not apply to them because they're a territory. And they have made firearms almost completely illegal there. Very sad for American Samoa. I mean, technically speaking, you can get a license to have a shotgun or a rifle, but you're limited on what kinds you can get, and you can't list self-defense as a reason to have them. Javier, no, we don't do that yet. We might do that in the future, where we take someone's custom slide and work on it. We just don't do it yet. We're not set up for it. Most of our manufacturing is set up for volume production. So if we were to work on, you know, one person's slide, it would halt 36 to 50 slides from being made. What we need to do in the future, if this happens, is we need to get a dedicated machine that only does custom work. Because all the machines we have now do volume. We're making several hundred slides a week every week. Like last week we made 330 slides. So, yeah, if we were to stop production for one slide, it just, yeah, it wouldn't make sense economically for us. And we'd have to overcharge the customer. And it's just like, that's just not fair to the customer. Papa's Pew Pews, how you doing? Mellow Farm, yeah. Or Mellow Fam. Yeah, man, we can do pretty much anything, any color, wide variety of colors. We've got multiple stencils, camo, lightning, honeycomb, cow camo. All good stuff. The only way I see Europe legalizing any kind of firearm ownership like the way America does it is if Europe faces a big war. Europe doesn't want its citizens being armed. But then again, even after World War II, countries like the United Kingdom, they had received many donated firearms from the United States, and they destroyed them at the end of the war. They wouldn't let their people keep them. The only ones that were returned to the United States were where Americans who had donated those firearms had engraved information on them, like property of so and so, address, whatever, social security number, whatever, things like that. And then Britain actually made the effort to try and return some of those. But everything else got destroyed. They even destroyed what many American firearms collectors consider a good gun to have in their collection, the Webley revolver. They destroyed a bunch of those. It's just a 6-shot revolver in 455 Webley. It's not like it's some super dangerous thing by European standards. It's just a revolver, but they destroyed them. Blank guns with pepper bullets? I honestly wouldn't know. I'd have to test it out to see if they were compatible. I suppose if it matched everything that's 9mm with Glock in Gen 3, it should be. Ah, yeah, Don J, it really is that they've destroyed just historical works. I want a Webley revolver. I have a Lee Enfield. I'd love to add that to the collection. EDC, what's going on, man? Glock 45 508C. So do you mean like you have a Glock 45, or you're looking for a Glock 45? And by 508C, do you mean Holosun? How much? Probably get a Glock 45 for around 500, and Holosun's selling theirs at what, 200-300 these days? Actually, it's been a minute since I've looked at the Holosun website. What are they selling their stuff at? Oh, man, I'm way off. The 508s are running 430 to 500. Oh, the donut gun? Yeah, I've seen those. Those are interesting. Modern day grease gun? Yeah, I'd love to have a modern day grease gun, Danny. What are your thoughts on them polymer suppressor sights for eBay? For 20 bucks? So some of the cheaper ones I've seen, when you're using the sight tool to put them in, if you're trying to push them in yourself, sometimes it leaves marks because they're not really that strong. And sometimes I've seen a few where they've actually broken putting them in. Some of them were designed for like airsoft, and then when you get them to put on like a regular Glock, they get damaged when you put them into place. On some of the really cheap ones. What color slide would look good with an OD frame? You know, probably one of the camos, but we also have a mil-spec OD green on our website that might match it well, as well as a Jesse James Eastern front green, which is kind of a forest green, might look good. The thing is that 9mm pack and a real 9mm bullet is slightly different. A real bullet can't go inside the chamber of a blank one, but a blank one can get inside a real one and shoot. Oh, okay. But the slide might not move back because there isn't enough powder. Yeah, okay, yeah. Alright. Well, plus these are probably a bit heavier than what you might be getting for something like that. I mean, you can always immigrate to the U.S., man. It's a process. It's going to take you time and some money. But it's a process, and you can do it. I've known people who've done it. Do you have a slide preference for EDC? Right now, I am carrying our SM19 Turbo with a non-ported barrel and optic. I also carry a Glock 19. Occasionally, I will also carry one of our other clones with the SM19 Hellet. It's like this one here, though I have one in black. Occasionally, I'll carry a Ruger SR9 and also an old 357 revolver. And when I'm being fancy for visitors, sometimes I'll carry an old single-action revolver just for fun. Especially when it's people I know from Europe that are coming by, or Canada, because they think everybody down here is cowboys. So, you bring out the old cowboy gun just for fun. Will the finish wear off with a Kydex holster? They will wear off eventually. But for example, I have one here that I've been running around with. Got 1,500 rounds through. The only real damage to it is using a ported barrel. It's got some charring on the inside. And you can see that there's still some marks from where we put the sights on. But we've been running around with this for like 2 years, and it hasn't been bad. I guess it depends on how rough you are with it. I need an optic cut slide for a Gen 5 Glock 19. Taylor Wall, so our slides are Gen 3s, but you can make them fit on Gen 5s. Just got to replace the back plate, do a couple things. There's a lot of videos on how to do it. Oh yeah, we're not very old as a country. Almost 250 years, but yeah, there's a lot of history, a lot of interesting things. Y'all got anything for the Springfield Echelon? No, I'm afraid not, Cyber. Right now, we're only working on the Glock 19 Gen 3 and the Glock 17, and we are working on creating the 43 and the 26. Which one is the best Glock? I guess that's a matter of opinion, how it feels in your hand, how well you do with it. But I like the 19. I'll carry a 17 sometimes, but I usually carry a 19. Dylan, thank you. You know, we do have a sale coming up for Labor Day. It'll be September 1st to September 7th, 15% off certain slide colors. It's going to be Desert Sand, Burnt Bronze, and FDE. It'll be our 19 slides. How much for a Cerakote slide? Our slides range from 145 to 270, depending on which model you get, which color scheme and style, and if it's a strip slide or a complete slide. If I make the mods you were talking about, can they be... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because one of the ones that you're doing is literally just changing out the back plate. And possibly with the Gen 5, the slide stop release because it's ambidextrous. All you're doing is changing out some of the internals with some Gen 3s. So you can easily just swap it back by putting in your regular parts for the Gen 5. Crab, yes and yes. So you are reducing felt recoil. And man, I have a picture I can show off of this. Let me try and find it. Let's see. Here somewhere. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is one example of one of our customers with one of our Vipers. So yes, you are reducing felt recoil. Downside, in low light conditions, you are going to get a fireball in front of your face. But yeah, you are reducing the recoil. Other downside, and do I have a ported barrel here with me? I don't have a ported barrel with me. Damn. They do get dirtier. They do get dirtier. You're going to have to clean them more often. And there's an example of porting. You can see the charring on the inside. You know. Though, of course, that's all internal. So, like, for example, the outside still keeps that color. So, some people are like, oh, I didn't realize it was going to do that. I'm like, yeah, but it only affects the interior. It's not a problem. Even on white slides, it actually kind of makes it look like a toasted marshmallow right near the edges, but it wipes right off. Actually, this one we have shot, and you can see where it's wearing a little bit. But for the exterior, it's still all nice and good. YLS, is the Wolf EDG any good? I have not opened it yet. What I have tested so far is the Wolf X Pro. I've put 300 rounds through it. Not much of a testing, I know. And I've also drop tested it, where I dropped it at chest height onto concrete and gravel multiple times. The optic still works. I want to take it out to the desert. I do want to take it out to the desert and do some like real testing on it, but there we go. The EDG I still have to open and test. Do you think there will be a Glock 42 380 ACP revival with the Ruger LCP Max and Bodyguard on the rise? It's always possible. I don't get a lot of requests for anything like that. So the biggest requests we're getting is for 45 and 10 millimeter after we're done with the 9 millimeter. So I'm not sure there'll be a big rise for it. I know there is a 380 following, but I'm just not sure there's going to be a huge rise on it. If there is, we'll make a slide for it. Whoburn asks, do you only have Glock slides? Yes. We were working on a SIG before all the troubles and issues and that everyone's seeing, but we have since canceled it. And instead, now we are focusing on the Glock 43 and the Glock 26. After that, I don't know if we're going to do another slide. We might just start making Gen 5s after that. So we'll have Gen 3 versions of all these slides and Gen 5 versions. Brian DeGraff asks, how much are those Wolf EDGs? $280. And though, to be fair, we got this for free. We got these for free. Siley Optics sent these to us for us to test them out on our slides. So we did, and they do work. It's a Trijicon RMR flat optic cut. and Siley Optics works on it, along with, you know, Hollow Sun and Gideon Optics, anything that runs on the RMR cut. Oh yeah, we had a whole 3D model and drawings and everything like drawn up for the 320. And yep, now we're not making it. Maybe if things change in the future, you know, we'll revisit it, but we might still do the 365, maybe. I gotta see if there's still a market for it. Because, like, for example, the Viper has historically been our best-selling slide, and now that it's currently been replaced by the Turbo, especially the Turbo Camo. But the whole reason we have this slide is someone reached out to us and said, hey, I want to get 200 of these. So we made them. We made 200 of these Vipers, and then they didn't pay us. So we invested all that time and effort and labor and money and just steel and end mills and Cerakote, coolant, everything. And then they didn't pay for it. So it's kind of the same thing. I'd hate to have us waste all that money investing in a new slide and then nobody buys it. So we're going to wait and see on that one. At least with this, we told them, like, hey, you have to pay us or we have to go toss it online and we have to go toss it on eBay. And sure enough, people loved it and it became one of our best sellers. Brookside, what's going on, man? Yeah, Don J, try to get, check out Gideon Optics, check out Siley. Hollow Sun's a little expensive, but so far I'm happy with Gideon. I'm happy with Siley so far. I'm not saying there's not better options out there, but, if you're just getting started, they're great. They work. I feel that, Brookside. It's like a PSA frame, right? Is there better options? Yes. Are there going to be a lot of people who shit on PSA? Yes. But they work. And they're affordable. You're not going to see anywhere a lower frame that already has the lower parts kit inside it for 40 to 60. Like, you've got the Glock 26X being sold by Glock Store. They want like $150 without the parts kit installed. So, I mean, you're not going to find a frame anywhere that's... I'm hoping PSA will actually make 26s sometime. Because I love having different frames for us to test our stuff on. And for those of you just joining us, yes, we are doing a sale for Labor Day. It'll be 1 week long, September 1st to September 7th. 15% off our 19 strip slides in burnt bronze, desert sand, and FDE. Brookside, yeah, it will. It'll fit. Actually, that's the reason we bought a PSA Micro, was so we can test them on the 43s. Oh, Don J, you should check out the other one we have in Tiger, where it's crocodile green and graphite black. It looks like 1980s Arnold Schwarzenegger in action movies. Below average Utah dad, what's up? The only big change that might happen... Oh, I need to go get my charger. The only big change that might happen for us involving slide sales is California. Don's tracking that, but some of you might not. California is trying to make future Glock sales illegal by 2026. And that one won't affect us because all we're selling is slides. It will definitely affect Californians and FFLs. But the other one they're trying to pass is turning barrels, like this, into FFL background check items. That means we couldn't sell barrels or complete slides to California unless we sent them through an FFL. So maybe we can get some kind of deal with a gun shop in California and we can, sell to them directly. I don't know. But complete slides wouldn't be legal. And then they want that barrel assigned to a specific frame. These barrels aren't serialized. California is just wild. Oh, right on, Utah. Right on. And I hope you're all drinking your water this morning. I'm about to finish up this tea, and then I'm going to have a big glass of water. My morning day of oatmeal and green tea. Not trying to live forever, just trying to live long enough to watch California sink beneath the waves. That ain't gonna happen. Right on, Utah, man. You have a good one. Knowing California, yes. One thing that always astonished me about California was watching their highway patrol or state troopers or whatever it is just pull people over for the craziest vehicle violations. Like, California's hurting for money when their cops are that aggressive on just vehicle regulations. I'm like, okay, here's your fine. By the way, we're towing your vehicle, so you have to pay more and pick it up from impound and pay more. And it's just like, holy shit, the stuff that's illegal there is not illegal almost anywhere else. Oh, crazy, crazy California. Pat, what's going on, man? Welcome. We have updated our website. That's what's going on this morning. We have updated our website. Got new categories. Everything's a little more organized, easier to find stuff now. We're gonna have some merch. Things like patches and things like shirts. People are going to be able to buy the RMR plates individually. That's going to happen. New barrels are coming. It's going to be fun. And then, of course, we are going to SHOT Show 2026 this coming January. And I hope we get to meet even more people this coming year, than we did last year. Like, we got to meet John Crump, Jack of all trades. We got to meet all these cool people. We got to talk to reps and owners from various businesses. Delta Team Tactical, MMC Armory, Davidson Defense, Cerakote, Magpul, Glock. A lot. Just so many. I can't even remember or even think of all of them right now. There were so many booths, it was insane. and we're going again. And if we get everything working right, we'll have some people at a booth, and we'll have some people walking around talking to people and checking out other booths. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be a sweet event. There's going to be a lot of cool people there. And we'll still do some of the social media stuff, too, to let people know what we're doing. And it's going to be wild. Actually, I wonder if this can pop up. Let's see here. Okay. It's here somewhere. So I'm scrolling through images. Here we go. So this was our booth alongside MMC Armory during SHOT Show 2025. You see all of our slides there on the bottom. So it's not really open to the general public. It's a trade show, so it's restricted to shooting professionals, hunting, outdoor industries, manufacturers, but you can also get gun tubers and YouTubers and content creators in there. They can go in as media. So yeah, you do need to be industry to be in, unfortunately. So it's not like GunCon or GOA Goals where kind of anybody can just attend. So that's unfortunate in that regard. But the definition for industry is a little loose. So if you've got your own gun content creating channel, you might be able to attend as media. Patrick, how's it going? Welcome to our live. That I don't know. I'm sure you're familiar with John Crump News. I know he went. I know some other smaller gun content creators went as well. DLD After Dark was supposed to attend last year, didn't happen. I know we were all razzing him up for that. When is the next Gun Con? I know this one was in Ohio, and things did not go as well planned there as they could have. There are a lot of issues from what I understand. But I know Got Gamage was there. He's had one of our slides, and he was on the panel for Gun Con. Let's do a quick little refresh on those analytics. And, oh, man, I'm at 954 on the subs. Holy crap. So once we hit 1K on subs, we're giving away a slide. We're giving away a Viper slide. Let's see. When is GunCon 2026? Let's see. Did they even announce where they're going to hold it? Early access, GunCon, blah, blah, blah. GunCon 2025. Now let's talk. Okay, 2026. No info on 2026 yet. Can't say. Not until I know where it's going to be and what time of year it's going to be. But as far as we're aware, SHOT Show is going to be our big event for 2026, and we might try and do some local Arizona gun shows. I can tell you what this I want is GunCon and GOA goals to be in Arizona for 2026 for two reasons. One, you have SHOT Show in Nevada, then you have those two big events in Arizona as just one giant middle finger to California. Because California is trying to pass two laws, one that makes Glocks illegal to be bought in California. You can still own them, you just can't buy them. And then the second one would make barrels for pistols an FFL background check item. With Missouri AG Bailey about finding a spot in Missouri because Missouri gun laws are great. Yeah. I mean, pick a state that is doing good gun laws. Also, we could use a little backup with all of the Californians moving to Arizona, keeping that anti-gun mentality. We're Arizona. We're the Old West, not them. Don't touch our guns. Your filthy California hands. Sorry, Don J. And sorry to all the 2A supporters in California. I know you guys are suffering. But your state sucks. I'm sorry, you guys' state sucks. Serious hard ass when it comes to the Second Amendment. Angel, what's going on? Yeah, man. Arizona, constitutional carry. So before I was involved with Stiffler Manufacturing, one thing I used to do was gun advocacy. And I was on letter writing campaigns trying to meet with senators, representatives, governors, law enforcement leaders, even up to the president, where it's like Arizona needs to be a Second Amendment sanctuary. Other states need to be Second Amendment sanctuaries. You need to pass reciprocity. So I used to do a lot of that. I was an NRA Golden Eagle. I got their stupid Patriot medal a couple times. Advocating for GOA, FPC, local gun organizations like Arizona Citizens Defense League. Time to go grab my charger before this goes and dies on me. It's hot though, Don J. I'm telling you that right now. It is hot. It is hot way more than people realize how hot it is here. Yeah, that makes sense. I just kind of wish they'd bounce it back and forth. You know, like, okay, we've done East Coast. Now this year we're going to do West Coast. And, like, just keep bouncing it around. Right on, Dylan. I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you at all for getting out. Yep, the heat will either make you or break you. We get people who move here during the winter, and they go, oh my God, Arizona's so amazing. It's so nice. It's so wonderful. And then they hit summer and realize the horrible mistake they've made. And then when we get an actual monsoon, they freak out, and they're like, what is this? Why? It's like, yeah, this is like the one of 2 times a year we get rain. We don't get rain like other states do. Oh yeah, I do actually enjoy that we have a dry heat. It's not just a joke. It's humidity sucks. And when you're dealing with 115 degrees, you don't want humidity. You do not want humidity at all. And I've been around the country, I've been around a few places in the world, and humidity just makes heat awful. Okay. Well, let's see if my printer fights me on this. Because I don't want to hand write the envelope. I would rather just print it. For some reason, though, lately it does not like doing envelopes. Don't know why. Can't figure that whole crap out. Used to do it just fine. There we go. Get some good old water. Yep, hydration is key. Arizona has people die on the sidewalk every year just because they pass out in the sun. They went out and they were like, they don't drink water regularly, and all of a sudden the sun just hits them. If you go to any of the hiking trails, there's signs at the beginning of the trail that say things like, if you've run out of half your water, turn back. Have your cell phone on you to call for rescue. I know like a Camelback Mountain in Phoenix, people go to hike up that. I've hiked up it. And people call for rescue because they get stuck up there. They're dehydrated, exhausted. Like, you do it certain times a year, or you have to go really early in the morning. And they only bring a little bit of water with them. And they're like, well, I've hiked all over the country back east. And it's like, this isn't back east, guy. This is a desert. And you brought a little 20-ounce bottle of water. You should have brought, hey, it's called Camelback Mountain. Maybe you should have brought a Camelback. Oh, yeah, but don't overdose on those IVs. Those liquid IVs. You're not supposed to drink a crap ton of them when I've known dudes who've done it. Okay, let's find the envelope. There we go. So, yep, new website, new slides, styles. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask. I'm just finishing up some work. Let's see here. Ah, here he is. Okay, let's get that address down. There we are. Alright, now let's hope this works. So should I put a note in the box for the 26 slide swap on how I want the color and cut? Yeah, you can if you want to. Or you can also just reach out to us on Instagram and whatever, you know. Heck yeah, it worked. It was not working. You know what? Go figure. It was not working too well when I was sending out letters to congressmen about the shush, short, and hearing protect HPA. It's almost like they knew I was going to send them letters. Made me handwrite that shit. So annoying. Okay, let's see here. Now for documents, I need... Ah, here we go. And do we have one for letters? Oh, I've got one somewhere. Inventory, maps, Stiffler, annual plans. Ah, here we go. Letters. Oops, too much. Sometimes I just do lives and I'm sitting on here working in the background so people can just ask questions. That's awesome, guys. 954. We are so close. 46 more subs, and we're giving away a free slide. That's freaking awesome. And honestly, the metrics help it. Like, you guys doing what you do justifies us spending the time to do this, because there's always more work to do. And we'd find ways to keep doing it. But it's just we can dedicate more time to it with people's interaction, and we greatly appreciate it. I might have to make that one smaller font. That's okay. Let's see here. Oh, what color do I want it to be? That ought to work. Don J says, has anyone heard of the Meggar metal Glock mags? Apparently you don't need to swap your mag release. Interesting. The name's familiar. I've heard of them. I haven't used them. Mr. BS, how goes it? Welcome to the live. Actually, yeah, we can just make that back up to 12. There we go. Oh, oh, geez, and I have to change that out, don't I? That is our old QR code. And it doesn't work anymore because Linktree is awful and anti-gun. So now I gotta go find the current QR code. Crap. Okay. Okay, it's here somewhere. I know it is. Maybe it's in logos, and sounds like something I would have done. Let's put it in logos. Let's see. QR code generated 04. And does that look like the same QR code as our new? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Pop into here. Pop into here. Pop into there. Pop into there. And boom. QR code. Done. Do I want to make that a little higher? There we go. A little higher. No, don't shift. Just, there we are. And I messed it up. Okay, there we go. We got that popping out. Man, it's already 9 a.m. Wild. We got some kind of rain last night, so it's going to be super awesome. Let's see. Mr. BS says, I've heard mixed reviews on the Metgar mags. I'll have to buy a few of my own. Conclusion, I've got other mags they make with no issues. Okay. I'm hoping to finish my 26X comp build on a G19 frame tonight at work. Just got a little more filing and a hole to drill. Awesome. Okay, let's move you so I can sign this. Where's the piece of paper? There we go. Okay, now I need a little plastic sleeve. I'm sure I have one here somewhere. Ah, excellent. So we're sending off a Stiffler patch to Kurt24, and I meant to get this to him so much sooner, but he's been super awesome. I'm going to get this off to him today. And we're probably going to add stuff like this to the website. Okay, let's get you folded. And fold it again. Yeah, Kurt's picked up a couple of our slides. He just got a, if I remember it right, he got an SM-17 Viper in burnt bronze. Okay, seal the envelope. Oh, good. Yeah, we're excellent on... Let's see. What's the weight for a stamp? One ounce. Okay. Well, we're good then. It's been a minute since I've used just regular stamps. Okay. Where are you, little stamps? You're here somewhere. I know I've got you here somewhere. Oh, hey, a parts kit. Why is that parts kit there? Questions for later. Oh, yeah, why not? Let's do military working dogs. They don't even make these stamps anymore. Kurt's going to get the Dutch Shepherd. Possibly collectible. I bought these years ago, back when I was advocating for the Second Amendment, along with a bunch of other stamps. Letter writing campaigns were huge for what we were doing. We actually got responses. You could tell a bunch of them were auto-generated. But, you know, one I never got a response one was from Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas. We sent her postcards, so people could read what we were saying along the trail. She sucks. For those of you that don't remember who she is the one that said an AR-15 weighs as much as 10 boxes you might be moving or carrying or whatever. She's an incredibly... You know, I don't even think she's that stupid. I think she's doing it on purpose. I think she is willfully misguiding people about the Second Amendment. Which makes her a very disgusting individual. Like, at least if someone's ignorant, it's something you can talk through. You know, she's doing it on purpose. I've got no doubts. Okay, there we are. Let's just get some tape on this so it's nice and sealed. One Stiffler Manufacturing letter coming right up. Now, before I leave for the day, because I should be leaving sometime soon, let's make sure I don't have any more sales to ship out. Awesome. Good to go. Oh, and if you guys are looking for some cheaper turbos besides this sale coming up, our affiliate RB Tactical has some. I'll drop his link actually here. Let me go pull that. He's someone we send slides to, and then he sells them in his store. What does he got right now? He's got like 1, 2... He's got like 9 of our slides right now. Right on. There you go. If you guys are into eBay and want to get some blems or some... Actually, I think he sold all the discontinued colors. Yeah, he sold all the discontinued colors. Oh man. He has one of the original flashes. Yup. That was made back when we were in Florida. Back in 2023. You can tell because some of the original flashes we had raptor cuts on the front of them, or whatever they're calling them. Oh, and I have one here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. One of the original Stiffler Manufacturing flashes. Not only do we not make the flash anymore right now, it's kind of discontinued, but the original ones had raptor cuts. And we removed that to disassociate our slides with another company's, because we didn't want, you know, they put raptor cuts on every single thing they made, and so we ended up removing it. So the old original ones out there, yep, they have them. And here I have another flash here. This one's in burnt bronze, where it doesn't have it. So this is a newer flash made in 2023, later in the year, where it didn't have the raptor cut. Oh yeah, I bet she thinks the AR takes double barrel extended magazine clips. Yep. Yep. And she thinks that magazines are one-time use. Oh god, when I saw that, Don J, if we ban the magazines now, they'll use them all up. They're like ammo. Like, how can you all be this stupid? Like, Google's right there. You guys could just look it up. Like, you're just so willfully ignorant on purpose. And it's just, it's... I laugh, but it's also incredibly sad. I mean, you have the modern Library of Alexandria at your frickin' fingertips. And you can't just use it to say, how is a gun supposed to function? It's mind-boggling. But yep, sent one of these off to Kurt. We'll probably have these on the website, and we'll give some out periodically. We'll have some, not this one particularly, but we'll have something like that at SHOT Show. You gotta buy them in bulk, though, to make it make any kind of sense. Like this one, I think we bought 50 of them, or 100 of them. And it still took like 3 weeks to get to it, because they got to make it too. And so if somebody ordered them when we were running low, we'd have to go drop another few $100 to get more, and it's a whole thing. So we're still trying to add that into our planning about how to get merchandise and stuff. Because the slides come first. Merchandise will always be a secondary thing. Slides come first. So if the money's got to go to something, it's going to slides. Oh, I know, man. We are so close to that 1K. I'm still going to have to figure out exactly what we're making. Once we hit 1K, we will plan out a live video. I might need to get a support person in here and as many mods as I can get. Because it might end up being one of our biggest lives. I'll have to schedule it out like 2 weeks in advance, just so everyone knows when. Maybe a week in advance. I don't know, I'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. Let's see, let's revise. Revise this listing. There we go. Revised. Have any of you checked out the site yet? What do you guys think? Is it better than previously? Or what we had previously? Go. Let's go grab some stuff. Oh, we have some of it already, so we need to grab something else. Oh, right on, Mr. BS. Right on. Yeah, we spent the last week working on it, and we just made it live, or the new updates live yesterday. So we've got some new stuff added on there. We've still got more work to do. We've got a lot more new pictures to take, to add to the site, updated photos and whatnot. Got some products to still add to it once they come into stock. Thank you, Dylan. That's what we're going for. We want people to be able to navigate it really easily. Before it was, it was navigatable. People could find stuff, but it wasn't as easy as it is now. And sometimes certain stuff wouldn't show the way we wanted it to. So, and funny enough, on a couple of occasions, we've tried to actually get somebody else who's like actually knows how to work on websites better than us. And we're like, we'll pay you, but they were so busy with other contracts and other stuff they had to do that it ended up not happening. Let's see, what do I need today? Okay, we've got my pen. Wallet, keys. Stiffler hat. There we go. We've got our gun. And charged. Driving stream? Yeah, maybe. I might end this one and start up another one just to help the metrics. It looks like the algorithms kind of killed me a bit. Oh, I thought I had gotten an order. It just says my order's been delivered. Okay, good. Okay, don't need you, don't need you. That's a bad update, don't need you. Made a whoopsie. Made a whoopsie. Alright, there we go. Let's do a quick little refresh, take a look at those metrics. 954 still, 14 of the likes. Greatly appreciate it, guys. I looked at Desert Cat, and they don't make the Kranos anymore, apparently. So, if I remember right, and it was... Actually, I think I already told you that story. But the Kranos, they were having trouble selling it. And I personally thought it was a good design. But it was also around the same time when they released it that they were having those customer service problems that they were having. So I don't know if it's that people just weren't interested in it, or if it was because of the problems they were having and people were talking about. Hard to say. Got some water in. Okay, that's where I'm going to end this one. I will do a driving live probably a little while. But I'm going to end this one. I got to get to work. Got to drop a letter off. Got to go do some stuff. But thank you all so much for popping in. And let's see, there we go. Check out the website. We just updated it. Sending one of these patchy patches off to Kurt. Got our new tiger camo slide here. And as always, stay 2A every day.